Have you ever felt like your mind just won't stop talking? Like, no matter what you do, the thoughts keep racing, regrets from the past, fears of the future, what people think, what might go wrong. You lie in bed at night, staring at the ceiling, your heart heavy with anxiety, and you whisper to yourself, "When will my mind ever find peace?" This is the story of Aiden, a young man who once lived in that endless storm, and how a single encounter in the mountains of Japan changed his life forever. Aiden was a hard-working man, always chasing deadlines, recognition, and success. On the outside, he seemed fine. A good job, nice apartment, endless to-do lists. But inside, he was collapsing. His thoughts never stopped. His heart beat too fast. His chest felt tight, and he couldn't even remember the last time he felt truly happy. Every day felt like running in circles. The more he achieved, the emptier he felt. His mind was his greatest enemy, whispering doubts, fears, and what-ifs until he couldn't breathe. One morning, after another sleepless night, he stood in front of the mirror and barely recognized himself. "I can't live like this anymore," he said softly. He didn't know what to do. He just knew he had to escape the noise. So he quit his job, packed a small bag, and flew to Japan, hoping that maybe, somewhere far away, he could find silence. He traveled from city to city, searching for answers in temples and quiet streets. Then, one afternoon, he reached a small Zen monastery, hidden deep in the misty mountains. The place was silent, surrounded by tall bamboo trees that swayed like they were breathing with the wind. An old monk greeted him with a gentle smile and invited him to stay. For the first few days, Aiden followed the monk's daily routine, waking before sunrise, sitting in meditation, eating simple meals, walking slowly along the garden paths. But his mind screamed louder than ever. As he sat cross-legged in the meditation hall, his thoughts attacked him like waves. Memories of mistakes, worries about the future, fears of wasting time. He couldn't sit still. "I came here for peace," he whispered one day, frustrated, "but I feel more anxious than before." The old monk smiled kindly. "You came here to silence your mind," he said, "but your mind is not the enemy." He asked. The monk walked him to a pond surrounded by lotus flowers. He said, "When the water is still, you can see your reflection clearly. But when it's disturbed, everything looks broken. Your mind is the same. It comes through surrender." Aiden looked at the rippling pond, his reflection broken by the waves. "So how do I stop it?" he asked. The monk replied softly, "You don't. You just let the water settle on its own." That night, Aiden sat under the stars, replaying those words. For the first time, he didn't try to stop his thoughts. He didn't resist the anxiety or the noise. He just watched it, like clouds passing through the sky. The more he watched, the quieter his mind became. Days turned into weeks. He started noticing small things: the sound of the wind, the warmth of the sun, the way the tea smelled before he drank it. He began to understand what the monk meant. Peace wasn't something to find. It was something to return to, something that had been buried under years of noise, fear, and overthinking. One morning, after months of practice, Aiden was sweeping the temple courtyard when the monk approached him and asked, "What have you learned, my son?" Aiden smiled for the first time in a long while and said, "I learned that the mind is like the wind. It will never be completely still. But if I stop chasing it, if I stop trying to control it, I can finally feel the stillness behind it." The monk nodded. "That stillness," he said, "is who you truly are." Aiden stayed at the monastery for several more weeks. When he finally returned home, nothing around him had changed. The same city, the same noise, the same rush. But something inside him was completely different. He had discovered that peace wasn't in the mountains, nor in silence. It was in awareness, the space between two thoughts, the breath between chaos and calm. Years later, when people asked him how he overcame anxiety, Aiden would say, "By learning to sit with it, not fight it. By allowing my thoughts to come and go, like guests passing through my home, without letting them take over my life." He started teaching meditation to others, helping them find the same freedom he once searched for in all the wrong places. And every time he spoke to someone who was drowning in overthinking, he would remind them, "You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness watching them." The moral of Aiden's story is simple but life-changing. Peace is not something you chase. It's something you uncover when you stop running. Anxiety grows when we resist it, but it begins to fade when we face it with compassion. Zen teaches that when you learn to observe your thoughts without judgment, you realize they have no real power over you. True peace is not in controlling life, but in accepting it as it is, moment by moment, breath by breath. So, if you're listening to this and your heart feels heavy, if your mind won't stop spinning, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. You are not behind in life. You are not broken. You are simply human, learning to be still in a world that never stops moving. The calm you seek is already within you. It's just waiting for you to stop searching outside and finally look within. Don't give up. Your time will come. The day you stop fighting your mind is the day you begin to understand it. And in that understanding, you'll find the peace you've been searching for all along.